Do I have a motion to open the Wednesday, December 21st, 2022 regular business meeting of the Harrison Central School District Board of Education?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Michelle, would you please do a roll call? Here.
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 Thank you. Do I have a motion to recess into executive session? We have a teacher and contractual matter to discuss.
Motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? There are none. We are recessed. Do I have a motion to reopen the Wednesday, December 21st, 2022 regular business meeting of the Harrison Central School District Board of Education?
Motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Michelle, would you please do a roll call? Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have one set of minutes from the November 30th, 2022 business meeting. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
Motion.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none. At this time, if any member of the public would like to address the board, they may do so by approaching the podium. I don't see anything. It does not appear that we have any. So, for some good and exciting news going on within our school district, we have a wonderful recognition. Naferson Solis Usme is among 25 high school seniors from New York State who have been nominated by the New York State Education Department to the U.S. Presidential Scholars Program. Presidential Scholar recognition is one of the nation's highest honors for high school students who represent excellence in education and the promise of greatness in young people. We are extremely proud to hear this wonderful recognition. So, big congratulations.
Bravo.
Bravo indeed. Jack Eve and Fjord Data represented the Harrison High School in the New York All-State Concert. Jack and Fjord were selected for the 2022 NYSSMA All-State Performing Ensembles. Jack was selected as a bass one in the mixed chorus and Fjord first chair on trumpet in the symphonic band. Thousands of students from New York State auditioned at NYSSMA solo festivals last spring, with a small percentage selected to perform. The honor is a testament to their hard work and commitment of their teachers. So congratulations, gentlemen. That's a wonderful achievement. Yeah. And thank you for joining us today, which we're going to have a treat shortly. We have another congratulations to Arrington Carr on becoming a certified assistant technology professional. She joins an elite group of professionals as only 16 other SLPs in New York State that have this certification. So, congratulations indeed.
Great accomplishment by one of our faculty members. That's a big deal. So, I know her colleagues were mightily impressed. The emails kept flooding in for about 3 days.
I love the support.
Me
That's
too.
even makes it more special. We just completed the 4 elementary schools for their joyful winter concerts. I know that several of my fellow board trustees were in attendance, and it really makes my heart sing to hear the band, chorus, and orchestra perform. Really young talent working their way up through the system. So that was really wonderful to attend. Model Congress just competed in the Yale Model Congress Conference. Big congratulations to Alec Udell on being named Best Delegate. Ben Gold and Lucy Neuruther both received honorable mentions. So congratulations.
Nice job.
The debate team, the National Speech and Debate Association recognized 4 Harrison debaters in the NSDA Honor Society. Each new degree represents hours of learning, practice, and improvement by our students, thanks to dedicated coaching. And the following degrees were earned at Harrison High School from November 1st through the 30th. Jocelyn Alvarez with a special distinction, Jack Borman Superior Distinction, Jack Gessner Superior Distinction, and Charles Zenhausen Superior Distinction. The debate team is also an outstanding performance at Princeton University's National Championship. In a field of 94 varsity debaters, Jack Gessner placed 5th, Jack Borman placed 6th, Jesse Pine was the top speaker, and Thomas Berg, Charles Hausern, Sammy Ramirez, Andrew Geffen, and Liz Nikaj all won major awards. So congratulations to this outstanding debate team, which just seems to, year after year, like continue to impress.
And the next bullet is almost staggering.
Yeah,
right?
it
I don't
continues.
Know what to say anymore.
It keeps, yeah. And to our wonderful senior Jessie Pine, she is ranked number 1 in the Linkus Douglas debater in the nation. This is the 6th time in the past 13 years that a Harrison debater has ranked number 1. It's
I think
astounding.
Mr. Herzig has to go into the Debater Hall of Fame. Or
Seriously. Our varsity cheer placed 1st in the game day and 3rd in traditional in the North Rockland Rock Fest over the weekend. So congratulations to our cheerleaders. Our boys basketball team earned their first win versus Peekskill. Sophomore Joe Krupe led the Huskies with 19 points and 6 rebounds. Senior Kyle Malin added 12 points, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. And on Tuesday, December 20th, the boys basketball team earned a win versus Yonkers. Again, Joseph Krupe led the way for the Huskies with 16 points and 6 assists. Matthew McCoy contributed to the win with 13 points, 3 assists, and 3 steals. Great job, boys.
Yeah, very good job.
Yesterday, the Huskies wrestling defeated East Ramapo, again 38-33. And at the Nyack dual meet, the Huskies finished 3-2 with wins over East Ramapo, Nyack, and Croton. Freshman Sienna Kozali went 5-0 at the meet and was named the most outstanding freshman at the event.
That's terrific.
Really terrific. We just, we're killing it across the board.
We are killing it.
The boys swim team opened their season with a win over Mount Vernon. And the Low HUD Super 7 junior Olivia Fernandez was named to the Low HUD Super 7 girls basketball team. Olivia plays guard for the girls basketball team, and Low HUD describes, and as I quote, "What makes Olivia Super Fernandez is a natural competitor whose intangible contributions are displayed in every marquee game. She averaged 12 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists last season. Fernandez will be in charge of a versatile Huskies offense and will set a tone for hyperactive defense."
That's cute.
I love it.
Me too.
The varsity girls basketball opened their season by capturing 2 wins against Maria Regina and Scarsdale en route to winning the Scarsdale Carrie Pizzatola holiday tournament held at Scarsdale High School. Stella Perini and Corey Sandomenico received all tournament team honors. Blaze Jennings received all tournament team honors with tournament MVP, and the team defeated Brewster High School. And on Friday night, the girls defeated White Plains after trailing 16-1. They're now 4-0. The girls varsity basketball team won the 10th annual Harrison Holiday Tournament with wins over Byram and John Jay Cross River. Olivia Fernandez was named the all-tournament team, and Mia Straja was named tournament MVP. Congratulations.
They're off to a great start.
Great start.
And their highest ranking, I think, in recent memory in the county. Super.
Boys bowling defeated White Plains 7-0, with George Ruggiero having a game-high score of 191. And they defeated Pelham 7-0, with team captain George Ruggiero having a high score of 208. Wow. The Ryetown Harrison hockey team opened the season with a 12-4 win over Mayapack and a 6-5 overtime win over Carmel. Excellent. Indoor track and field team traveled to the Armory over the weekend. Many students came away with PRs in their events. Karina Torelli continues to showcase her great talents, finishing second in the 600-meter race. Amy Goebel placed second in the high jump and tied the school record. Indoor track and field opened the winter season at the Armory with a successful day that included 5 first-place finishes in different events. Katrina Torelli, girls 1,000-meter. Amy Goebel, girls high jump. Taylor Herman, girls long jump. Benjamin Fontecchio, boys shot put. And Mary Gilmore, girls triple jump. At the latest track meet, Spike Shoe Holiday, Katrina Torelli placed first in the 800-meter race. Erin Malin and Joe Mealy both posted personal records in the 55-meter race. Excellent athletics,
Oh my
debate, model congress, across the board,
Debate,
all of these.
Number one trumpet
Wonderful.
player in the state of New York.
Yes.
Holy mackerel.
We continue to impress, and Dr.
Wow.
Will passing.
I can't wait to get to the next part of the meeting, but I'll tell one, I think, funny but endearing story. Mr. Galano got married between the last board meeting and this board meeting, and Dr. Ledwig and I were at the wedding, and wonderful, wonderful, really one of the most beautiful weddings I've ever been to, just filled with warmth. But his coaches are, so committed to Chris. Many of them were there, but Coach Kale had a game at White Plains, and the girls were down 16-0, and the game ran late, and they came back and they beat the highly ranked White Plains. And the dinner didn't start till about 8 o'clock, and around 8:30, and a 3-hour drive later, Mr. Kale walked through the door to make sure he was at Mr. Galano's wedding. It was very moving, and everybody was more excited about the game than they were about the wedding, but we won't tell Chris that part. But, so, shout out to the athletic program, which is absolutely doing stellar things. And I have lots of things to talk about tonight, but in deference to our 3 special guests, only Mr. Nickel and I go to every concert, but now we have Mr. Royal following us around, which is really lovely to see. But I want to spend just a minute talking. First of all, thanks to every board member here for showing up at concerts all the time. And not only showing up, but enjoying them with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm and joy as we watch. We have an extraordinary music department. It's not good. And I was sitting next to Mr. Puccio last night, and my jaw basically hit the floor after the band performance. And I've been doing this a very long time, more than we want to talk about. I've seen more concerts than you people have stars in the sky. And Mr. Puccio leaned over to me and he said, "I can't believe this is a high school band." And I couldn't believe it either. So I just want to give a shout out to in particular, the high school faculty. Mrs. Tess did an amazing job from her sick bed, and Jack will testify to that later. And Mr. Tess filled in so beautifully. T.J. Bastone last night, the orchestra was nothing short of incredible. Mrs. Mengen, who was a dancer herself, I think, was mightily impressed with the dance production. It was incredible. And Mrs. Lurcher is truly just a miraculous teacher. And it's one of the most talented groups of musicians I've ever seen at the high school level on the stage at one time. And Mr. Royal, would you come to the podium? I imposed on Matt, even though Deanna can't be here tonight, and on Jack and on Fjord, to see if they could come and just share a little bit of the magic with our audience, but also especially for the 7 of you, because of how much time and energy you put in. And even though Mrs. Wolverton's not here tonight, she was at a concert with me at the Harrison Avenue School. So I know you want to brag a little bit, but you've done a great job since joining us. Is it 5 months ago now?
6.
6. It seems
As of December, yeah.
time flies when you're having fun. We encourage Matthew to go home sometimes, but he's spending a lot of time around here at night and doing a great job. So please,
It's
take it away.
easy to stay around when there's so many exciting things happening. So I want to talk a little bit about these two for a moment, and then we'll talk a little bit about the whole thing. So the first weekend of December, Jack, Eve, and Fjord Data were up in Rochester with me at the NISMA All-State Conference, and they were rehearsing 6 to 8 hours a day from December 1st through the 4th, culminating in a performance at the Kodak Theater in Eastman Hall, and working with nationally recognized experts in their field and students from all over the state. To get into All-State, students have to excel at the highest level of their NISMA Solo rating. NISMA Solos are things that our students are engaged in across the district, starting in 4th grade usually, up till a level 6 All-State, which is the highest level. And to get into All-State, you have to get at least a 98. Students who receive 100 are recommended for All-State, and of those, they take a certain number. Jack was one of 28 chosen as a base 1 from 6,500 students who reached that benchmark. And Fjord was chosen as a trumpet, and while there auditioned and received the distinction of principal trumpet in the symphonic band, which not only is a testament to his skill, but it's his leadership. As a principal chair in any section, you're responsible for that section, and so we're very proud of his accomplishment in the highest ranking of selection out of the highest ranking of selection across the state.
Just great.
I'd also like to recognize their teachers, Ms. Lurcher and Ms. Test, specifically because neither of these two were working with a private teacher on any of this. It was only with their Harrison teachers, which is a real testament to the
Good lesson. Yeah.
high level of rigor that our students are experiencing just in their classroom, and the incredible quality of instructor and instruction that goes on in our classrooms here. I speak personally because I needed a private teacher when I was going to All-State. But I would also like to thank and reiterate Dr. Wolstanks for the support of the board and the presence of the board at all of these things. It's been a pleasure seeing you and getting a chance to talk to you at all of these concerts, and I know it means a lot to the teachers and to the community to see you there, and I certainly appreciate that support and your continued support so that we can provide opportunities like this for our students, because it doesn't happen without your backing. So, as a special treat for tonight, Fjord has agreed to play some holiday tunes for us, which is a nice preview of an event that we're going to do on Friday, which is having members of our high school band, orchestra, and chorus tour all around our district and bring some holiday cheer to our elementary schools and middle school to get the holiday break off right. So without further ado, here is Fjord playing 2 of our holiday tunes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Matthew.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to touring the district with you on Friday. I'm going to follow you around, I think, the whole time and get as much of that as I can.
Thank you. That was
Okay.
beautiful.
Thanks very much.
So well done.
Okay. Good luck and have a great holiday season. You guys go home to bed and study or whatever it is you do.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank
We're very
you.
proud of
Happy
both of you.
holidays.
Yep. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So just two of the many phenomenal student performers that we can see on both of our cable channels. I think those are already up, are they not, Andy? Yes, they're both up?
All the elementary are on.
When will we be able to see the high school? Do you have an idea?
You'll see dance and chorus and orchestra and band between Christmas and New Year.
Oh, then you have something to look forward to. A couple of other things I want to just highlight. So we're coming to the end of our school week before the holiday break. We want to make sure everybody remains safe. It's going to rain pretty heavily, probably on Thursday and Friday. No one should panic. I'll be up early. Dr. Laidwood will be on the other phone waiting. I don't anticipate any weather events. I've gotten that question quite a bit. Typically when it rains, I recommend an umbrella, but not necessarily a day off from school. But we'll be looking, and if there's any problem, we will certainly keep everybody well aware. Also today in your email, you should have gotten a newsletter celebrating all of the things going on in the Harrison Central School District. It will take you a good 35 minutes to read through it. Two of those young men are also celebrated. If you didn't take a look, please make sure that you do. I wanted to also talk a little bit about what else is going on with our teachers. They continue to be trained in PYP. We're reaching a critical mass pretty soon. As soon as we come back, we'll start a fifth round of training this year, and we hope to have everybody fully trained to implement the primary years program in the elementary schools come next school year. So Dr. Mulhall is out ill, and Mr. Whipple is out ill. In case folks haven't heard, there's a little bit of flu and other things going around. I wanted to say how much I appreciate the hard work of our custodial staff this time of year, because they have been working tirelessly to keep the buildings extra clean. When kids have the flu or when kids are suffering, they go in and they clean the classrooms to make sure that we do our very best to limit infection. So it's always easy to forget the people that are standing around doing the hard work. So take a look around, and next time you see a custodian in one of our immaculate school buildings, say thank you. And especially say thank you this time of year, because they're helping to keep everybody healthy and safe. So we appreciate them and everything that they do. As the board knows, but I'll share with the community, there'll be lots of work going on over the holiday break, more building upgrades, more air conditioning being installed, and improved lighting, but you'll finally see a full air-conditioned wing at the so-called Rose Garden, as we call it at Harrison High School, which will become the new home of our summer school once it's fully air-conditioned, which is really wonderful. And we're starting to do the install of the air conditioning at the Preston Auditorium and the installation of the air conditioning at the Parsons Gymnasium. So more and more spaces becoming more usable, habitable during the time of year when it gets uncomfortably warm. So I want to thank Mr. Purcell and Mr. Whipple for pushing all that work forward over the break. This has been a very successful time for our schools. We are seeing kids do incredible work. Those of you that were able to take the tour, some of you were on the middle school tour, some of you were on the high school tour, got to hear firsthand some of the incredible things that our high school students are engaged in. So much of it involved in giving back. That's why I really encourage you to read the newsletter. Some of the projects that our kids engage in are so incredibly powerful, and they have such an incredible effect on other children. I was particularly moved by one student's art project where he brought in general education students to work with our most severely disabled and built this beautiful art exhibition by including people in and giving them an opportunity to participate in creating this piece. And it's not so much about the art, but about the building of community and the experience. And if you read some of the volunteer work that our kids are doing in our community and in our school community, you will realize that high school is a lot more than earning grades or doing well on a test. It's also about figuring out who you are and how to make a difference in the world. And so as I end my update, I always thank the board, I always thank our teachers and our administrators and our custodial staff, but tonight I want to thank our students. When I'm having a bad day, all I need to do is go and listen more carefully to the kids around me, and I'm always reminded of why this is the best job in the world and why we do the most important work together. This is a special place, but our kids are what are really making it special because they're taking advantage of all the opportunities and all the great teaching that we've provided, and they're already making a difference in the world. So tonight I just say happy holidays to everybody, but especially to the students of the Harrison Central School District. On behalf of everybody here, we thank you for being who you are. So that's my update for tonight.
Thank you. And one mini anecdote just to thread the needle. I attended the high school tour, and there was a parent that asked the panel and said, if you were to think 5 years from now and reflect back to your high school experience, what would you be most grateful for? And a few of the students replied with my connection and meaningful relationships to my teachers and how they've helped me and supported me along the way. And it was just so meaningful how they own their experience and how they are living in the moment and truly these wonderful growing humans that are then going to be, part of the greater community and society. And that, I brought tears to my eyes.
You weren't alone.
Yeah. So
All
with
right,
that,
thank you.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Moving on to the personnel report. I will take the personnel report on consent unless anyone objects. Seeing none. A, certificated personnel. 1, regular appointment, SED clearance received. 2, temporary appointment, SED clearance received. 3, extra compensation assignment. 4, change of status. B, non-certificated personnel. 1, resignation. 2, regular appointment, SED clearance received. 3, temporary appointment, SED clearance received. C, other. 1, student teacher observer, SED clearance received. Do I have a motion to approve the personnel report?
Motion.
Second? Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Moving on to the administrative report, I will take on consent unless anyone objects. Seeing none. A, approval for a student from the Harrison High School debate team to travel to Newark, New Jersey for a debate tournament. B, approval of Harrison High School debate team field trip to Newark, New Jersey for a debate tournament. C, approval for a student from the Harrison High School debate team field trip to Newark, New Jersey for a debate tournament. D, approval of a Harrison High School debate team field trip to Lexington, Massachusetts for a debate tournament. E, approval of Harrison High School debate team field trip to Atlanta, Georgia for a debate tournament. F, approval of policy number 5330, budget transfers. G, approval of CSE, CPSE minutes. H, approval of CSE, CPSE recommendations. I, approval of CSE, CPSE annual reviews. Do I have a motion to approve the administrative report?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Questions or comments? Seeing none. Moving on to the finance and facilities report, I will take on consent unless anyone objects. A, treasurer's report, November 2022. B, 2022-23 appropriation transfers. C, approval of official bank depository and corporate authority certificate, trading authorization, JP Morgan Securities LLP. D, approval of investment authorization parameters. Do I have a motion to approve the finance and facilities report?
Motion.
Second? Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none. The next regularly scheduled business meeting is January 11th, 2022. Do I have a motion to close the business meeting?
Motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Wishing everyone a joyful holiday season and a healthy and happy new year. Good night.